So recently, I was like looking at videos and pictures and stuff on Instagram, and I've seen a lot of people doing like these really cool, like prismatic, holographic inspired, like rainbow hair colors. And I really want to try that out, but I'm not good enough to do it on myself yet. So I was like, I gotta try someone to test that out on. And then I remembered that I have my 9-year-old brother, and I was like, hey Zach, you want to try a holographic hair? And he didn't know what it was, so I showed him a picture and he was like, yes. He was like really excited. He loves having colored hair. He's had it since he was like 3 or 4. He's pretty much had colored hair since then. He loves it, and his hair is like really washed out. Like it was pretty much already back to like really platinum blonde. So I was like, well, I'm gonna test it out on him, and it actually turned out really good. This is like my first ever attempt at like prismatic holographic inspired hair. I feel like this is like a more realistic tutorial of what like a more average person could do, trying to like imitate the prismatic style that people have been getting recently, because it's very expensive in the salon and you should definitely support salons. But if you can't afford it, or like salons aren't even really open right now still, at least where I live, so yeah, if you want to try it out, to try and give kind of like step by step what I did to try and help any of you guys who are trying to do it at home. Alright, so as you can see, I am starting off with, this is like a level 10 platinum blonde, and I am brushing all of his hair to the side that he naturally parts it at. So he naturally parts his hair to, I don't know, it looks like the left. So I'm going to brush it there, and then when I take my thin sections, you'll see in a minute, when I take the sections, I'm going to pull them all the way over to the right. So that's something you want to note. So you want to part it how you would part it, and then when you lay the color, you're going to lay it the opposite of how you usually part your hair. I'm going to start off by taking the green color and putting it all over this side of his head, and then laying down a mesh sheet to protect the rainbow that I'm about to do. Then taking a thin section, I'm just going to lay down my first color in just a very thin straight line. I'm not going to try and blend this at all with the other colors, not going to try and ombre it. I'm just laying down a thin color and then going in with the second color next, then the third, fourth, etc. And what you want to do with this technique is you want to establish a pattern. So my pattern was red, pink, yellow, green, blue, purple. And then when that pattern would restart, it would, red would come after purple. So it would go red, pink, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, pink, yellow, so on and so forth. So when I take this second section, I'm going to start with purple, since in that pattern, purple technically comes before red, if that makes any sense at all. So for this section, it will go purple, red, pink, yellow, and so on. And then when I take my next section, it will go blue, purple, red, pink, yellow. And then after that, green, blue, purple, red, and down the color. So I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but you want to make sure that you maintain that pattern. Every color should line up exactly how it was before, except for the root color. That should be the only color that you're changing. So you shouldn't end up trying to put blue over pink or something like that. It should, if you're doing it right, line up. The only new color should be the roots every time. That should be the only different thing. And you want to make sure that you're taking very thin sections, because you want to make sure that you are fully saturating the hair. That is something that is always important with any hair dye, not just this type. When you fully saturate the hair, it's not going to come out patchy. With this and multicolored hair color specifically, if you don't fully saturate the hair, then when you go and rinse your hair, it is more likely, like the patches that weren't as saturated, it's more likely to pick up other colors and turn muddied. And then another tip is that right here you can see I actually have too much color on my brush, and that's what's causing this to kind of be splotchy, to kind of go outside the lens. It's really bad with this red, but you can see here what caused this was me having too much product on my brush. So you want to keep as little product on your brush as you can, only exactly what you need, and just lay it right down exactly where it's supposed to go, and that will help you avoid this problem when you do it yourself. It didn't turn out bad. You can't really tell it in the end, but it's because I really only did it on this one section, and it took me up until like right now to figure this out. But because I have multiple rows of each color now, like I have 2 stripes for green, I have 2 stripes for yellow, I can do those colors at the same time. I don't have to put my brush down, go through the pattern and pick it up again for the same color. I know that seems pretty obvious, but that did save me a lot of time, and it took me halfway through to notice that. And I'm also starting with yellow because yellow is the lightest color. And so it's going to, if I accidentally get pink or red or something where the yellow goes and I haven't already laid down the yellow, that hair is just going to suck up that red color or that pink color, and then it's not going to take to the yellow as well. So if I put down the yellow first and then I accidentally get a color on it besides yellow, it's less likely to take that in and absorb it because it's already fully saturated with a different color. So that's something to keep in mind too. Once you have your established pattern, you can try going in with the lighter shades first, just to keep any other color from bleeding onto them. And this does take a lot of patience. My brother only has this little bit of hair and it took me 45 minutes. So definitely make sure that you're patient, and you want to leave this on for as long as you can. We only left it on for half hour just because it's hard for him to sit still for longer than that, but definitely leave it on for as long as you can. And another thing that you can try out if you do want this color to last a really long time is you can try blow drying your hair. Just get out your blow dryer, apply some heat. You don't need to brush it through, you don't need to move your hair, just apply heat for about 5 minutes on the color, and that will really help your hair absorb the color, and it will make it last longer as well. And now I'm just taking more of the green color and putting it all over the rest of his hair that was covered before. And when I rinse this, I'm going to rinse it with ice cold water, and I'm not going to shampoo it or condition it, even nothing. I'm just going to rinse with ice cold water until it runs clear. And in the future, when you do shampoo it, you only want to shampoo it with sulfate free shampoo and only scrub at the roots. You don't need to wash the ends at all. So that's pretty much how I recreated the prismatic holographic inspired look on my younger brother. You can see the Wondermint I used, which I've previously used that on my sister's hair, and it turned out actually green. But on my brother's hair, which was lightened to a very, very, very pale blonde, it completely is gone. It is such a light wash of green, a little smidget of green, and it's just not present. Okay, she's gone. And I used Sky High from Good Die Young as well, and that also really, really faded out. It's just not as visible because he had Wondermint, all over the underside of his little top layer thing. So both of those really didn't show up. So his hair came out looking so warm toned. It looks like red and purple and pink based, which is not at all what I thought it was gonna turn out because I was trying to make it green with a rainbow, a little washed out looking. And I don't know why I did that, because I've used both those colors in the past on my sister and they looked really nice. They looked really good and they were really vibrant. Probably what it is that her hair is more porous because it's been lightened way more times. But yeah, that is how I did the prismatic hair color on my younger brother. Definitely think that if you have a friend to help you, you can definitely get prismatic hair at home. So yeah, that's all. I hope I was able to help somebody, and have a nice day. Bye!